Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm going to be resuming my watching as many first time viewings for movies as I can in 2026. So I started this video series at the start of the year and I was doing really well with the first time viewings. That's kind of fallen to the wayside a bit. I do have a couple of videos where I have watched enough movies over the last couple of months to still continue on with this series. So these movies I watched back in at the start of February, end of January. So my memory is a little hazy for some of them, but I did want to get back to filming this series and hopefully get more on track for watching more new to me movies. So to start off with, I have Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. I really wanted to like this one. I didn't get to see it at the cinema, but I did catch it on Disney Plus when that was released. This was one of the most boring movies I have ever seen in my life. Also one of the most obvious Oscar bait movies, and I know this did actually pick up a couple of nominations during award season. They were really trying to push Jeremy Allen White as this was going to be his big movie. He was about the only good thing about this film, because it's about Bruce Springsteen writing his Deliver Me From Nowhere album, and it just took place over this one, I think it was like a couple of days, like the bulk of the movie, which normally I don't mind. I like movies that are set over a course of a number of days, or like a short time span. I was bored. Yeah, Jeremy Allen White and the soundtrack were the only good things about this movie. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. It was just really obvious they were gunning for the Oscars for this movie. Then I watched speaking of Oscars, one of the Oscar nominated movies, and it turned out to be my favourite of what I've seen so far. I haven't seen all of them. I think I've seen 5 or 6 of the Best Picture nominees from this year, because obviously one battle after another one. I have seen that. That was like the last movie I saw at the end of, or not the end of 25, it was like September 25, right before I injured myself, so it was like the last movie of 25 that I got to see at the cinema. And I personally loved One Battle After Another. By the way, even though I did have Sinners a bit higher than that, and at the time, Sinners was my favourite 2025 movie release. Begonia surpassed that. I went into it not knowing what to expect, and for the first 40 minutes maybe, I was like, oh, this is like really, really slow, and I don't know what direction they're going to go with this. And then there's one point in the movie where you kind of go, oh shit, and then you're fully invested into this story. And there was just so many twists and turns that I have to rewatch this film, because there was so many twists and turns that I didn't realize what was happening until they happened. And yeah, it was done so well. Emma Stone was fantastic as in this, and I agree with the consensus that Jesse Plemons was snubbed for an Oscar for the nomination for this, because he was also really good in this one. And yeah, as I said, this is my favourite out of the Oscar nominations that I've seen. It's my favourite movie of 2025. I love Begonia, 5 out of 5 stars. And then we went back to another dud. I watched The Wrecking Crew on Amazon Prime, because I am trying and stay on top of a few 2026 releases. This one caught my eye. It looked interesting in the trailer, especially the cast, like Jason Momoa, and I think it was Dave Bautista. You see the other one in this. Yeah, as I said, it's I've kind of erased this movie from my memory, because I hated this film. It was 2 hours of my life that I'm never getting back. It was just, they tried to take itself too seriously. If this was like, you know, they knew what they were doing type of movie, like they knew it wasn't a film to be taken seriously, I could have seen myself getting behind this one, but I really didn't like it. It was a waste of Marina Baccarin, I think that's how you say her name. And then they had the actor who played Ned. I'm terrible with names. Ned from Spider-Man. It was like they were trying to see how many F words he could say in a film, and it was really pointless. And yeah, I gave The Wrecking Crew 1 out of 5 stars. It got 1 star because the scenery was beautiful. It was set in Hawaii. It was like, I've missed seeing the Hawaiian landscape on my screen because I did watch Hawaii 5-0, the new one that came out. When did it ended in 2020, so it's been a few years since it's been on, but yeah, I really do enjoy the Hawaiian scenery, and that was about the only good thing about this movie. So so The Wrecking Crew was a dud. And then I watched Merrily We Roll Along, the pro shot that was done with Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff. I'd never seen Merrily We Roll Along before. I didn't really know anything about it other than that it was a Sondheim musical. I mostly wanted to check it out because of Daniel Radcliffe. Because I listened to the cast recording of How to Succeed in Business that Without Really Trying that he did. I listened to that quite a few times, so because I love their version of Brotherhood of Man, but I digress. But yes, this was interesting, and yeah, it's not my favourite of the Sondheim musicals. I think that would probably be Into the Woods or Sweeney Todd as my favourite Stephen Sondheim musical. This was alright. It had some good songs in it. It was an interesting concept being told in reverse. And I also liked one of the jokes that got played off at the end of involving one of the Daniel Radcliffe's characters on stage wife. I thought that was done actually really well. I liked the payoff we got for that one. But yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't, as I said, not my favourite Sondheim musical. I would give this probably a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm glad I've seen it, but I don't think I'd go out of my way to watch a stage production of it. And then for the last video that movie that I have for this video, that is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I didn't get to see this at the cinema, but I'm really glad I did finally get to check it out because I had such a blast with this movie. I love the Now You See Me franchise, and I'm really sad I didn't get to continue seeing them in the cinema because I saw the first 2 in the cinema. And I still remember seeing the first one, and when we got to the reveal, I think it was me and one other guy at this screening that I was in, and he just goes, "Oh shit," just randomly when the reveal happened. So that has sort of stayed with me. But I really enjoy these movies, and I absolutely loved this one. I don't know, maybe it was just my mindset at the time because it's been a bit of a rough couple of months. I'm starting to come out on the other side of it, but at the time I just really needed a film that I could just escape from. I didn't have to think too hard, and I think that was the perfect one for it because yeah, I absolutely loved it. I loved the team up with the new and the old cast, and yeah, I just had a lot of fun. I know it hasn't gotten the best reviews, but honestly, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I had a great time watching it. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but yeah, I'm just really glad that I finally got to see it. And yeah, so now I've seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and honestly, if they want to keep making more movies, I will be there for the 4th one and beyond if they do continue to make them, because they did leave it a little bit open-ended at the end there. So but yeah, that is the next batch of movies that were first time viewings, and I didn't get a chance to see them at the cinema. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag of ratings there. The highest one, I had 1 5-star rating. Oh, actually no, I had 2 5-star ratings. And then I had like 2-star, 1-star. It was kind of all over the place. And that's what I've been finding with some of these first time viewings, and I think a lot of that has to do with my headspace, which may not necessarily be the movie, it's me. So when I do get to these reviews, yeah, just bear in mind that that could be why I've rated them so low when they seem to be universally beloved. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop it here. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!